Oh yeah, let's get to it.
Come on, man.
Yo. What up? It's your boy T Money, man. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all up early with your boy, man. Hey, come live trade with me. Nasdaq trending up. Boy, look at all that good money, dog. Yeah. So we was able to get a little bit off of this trade, chat. Um, got about 160 off of it. I caught the move late. It happened so fast. Be mindful. News did hit this morning. For a lot of y'all that was on my last live, I already know about it. Reason I chose to go ahead and just get in because I saw the breakout right here. Like I told y'all before, we trade off breakouts and zones. I'm gonna show y'all right quick. We made. Let me see. Slide that all the way up. If you can see that right there, this morning, right around 8:30, we made like 160 right quick. So, that's pretty much it right there, man. We're gonna see if we can catch another few pips, man, and I'm gonna break this trade down and why I took it and why I decided to place my trade when I did. Also, guys, this is the way to get funded a 50K account as well. Like I said, I'm gonna go through the steps of that and things of that nature, and that way, you ain't got to trade with your own money. You feel me? So, this the power of this platform called Top Step, made in the US. Hey man, it's lit, bro. It's lit. Like I said, we made a few bucks this morning. I already got one of these funded accounts. I decided to do one right in front of y'all face, man, just to show y'all how easy it is to hop in these markets and do your thing. We got the next candlestick jumping off here at about 8:45. Chat, let me know how my shit look as far as y'all view. So let me check my audio. I'm sure y'all can hear me. I got my hold on, chat. Know what it is. Let me check my audio. Let's see what's happening. Good morning, everybody. Good morning for all those who are up early. Just checking audio, and then we're gonna get to it. Let me check my audio. Okay, we straight. What up with it, Candy Girl? Good morning. Yes, sir. Shout out Candy Girl, already up with it. She always up with it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm gonna see if we can catch a few more pips, man. This was actually a big move. I could have made some big money off of it. Actually caught the move late though. We made about 160 off of it, but they took $2 fee. This would have been a couple G's right here, but I caught the move late. I was setting this live up. I didn't know it was gonna just jump up and just shoot out of the damn zone like that. So like I say, I'm gonna watch this trade and see if we can get a few more pips out of it. If not, I still break down why we made what we made. But that's a strong push up, man. That shit finna keep buying. Yes, sir. So, which ain't bad. You gotta realize some people don't even go to their job a day and make that. You feel me? So we're gonna see if we can top out right quick. We got about 20 seconds before another candle hit, and then I'll break it down. I said the sound is good. Thank you, Candy Girl. So let's get it. We also got a live on the gaming channel too at about 10:45. So y'all make sure y'all in the building for that too. Here we go. Next candlestick. Let's see where it's gonna close at. See which way it's trying to shoot. I just head it back down. Let's see how far I want to drop.
Order filled.
Let's see if we can get in. All right, y'all. We up $30 right fast. 45. I can get another 100. I'm gonna get out. Let's see if we can get a small push for 100. 75.60, 75.50.
Order filled.
There it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There it is. That's all I needed out of that. Right here at the top end corner, if you can see, we made $222. Well, $229 just this morning and just that fast. Could y'all hear the audio? And that's about all I want to do as far as news. Like I said, I missed this one candlestick alone, chat. From where I caught it, I got in and got out because it was already up there, but I had already had my zones drew out. It possibly could have been like a 2G move. You feel me? But which it actually is a $2,500 move, to be honest with you. That candlestick went all the way up top. I just caught a little bit of it setting this live up, and then when you trade news, you do not want to risk the account. I keep telling y'all this, but just to show y'all live, we did just make $229 up top. So if you do the math, 160 plus 75, that's 235. But trading in the US and Top Step, they take their fees. So they took about $2.80 from both, so which drops it down to $229. A lot of y'all don't even wake up and go to your job and make that a day. So yeah, that's about all I wanted out of that trade, man. Very, very quick trade. Very, very successful. I know I showed y'all the last one. We only made like $20 profit, and then we went in the negative and stuff. But that was just a demonstration live on how the markets will do you if you stay in them too long. So as y'all can see, I like to get in and get out. Right there was a prime example, getting in and getting out, meaning that I just made $229, less than 8:30. What, about 15 minutes? You know what I'm saying? The first trade only took about a minute, but waiting to see where this next candlestick was gonna go. I only took about a few seconds just to make that right there. So just letting y'all know it's money to be made in these markets. It take people about all day to go clock in and do shit like that. And it takes all day to make that right there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. But let me break the trade down and why I took the trade. If I go back to a higher time frame, I told y'all, let's just do the 4-hour time frame. If I go back to a higher time frame, chat, my trend is going up. And for people like my guy Cool Kev, I'll put a second line here just so you can see. This is what we call a channel trend going up. So Nasdaq has been buying for a little while now, so it's in an uptrend. So what we want to do is look for a buy, regardless of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because the higher time frame tells us so. All right, so when you're looking at these markets, for those of you that are new to looking at these markets, are kind of familiar with the markets but not have looked at them enough. When you take a look at it, it looked like a bunch of damn scribble scrabble to you. You know what I'm saying? It just allowed this counter here, that counter there. It just like a bunch of what the fuck is that? But me being an experienced trader for a few years, kind of dumb it down for you. To me, this is just a trend. And if you just take the candles away, and if we were just to put lines here, you would see the trend drawn up. All right. So anytime that we're going in a bullish direction, which is a buying direction, which is the uptrend, you always want to look for a buy in the situation. Okay. Same thing for a downtrend, which is right here. And I'll show y'all. Give me 1 second, chat. Same thing for a downtrend, which is back about this way right here. So here we go. All right, so if you're looking right here, if you're looking at, I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see. I like this setup better. This is what I normally trade. So if you can peek this section of the market, which is a downtrend, what we would do is find previous zones that it touched, and basically just look for the ceiling and the floor, which is support and resistance. You feel me? What did it previous touch? What was the last, spot that it passed in the market? And we draw our zones from there. And once it passes, then hey, you would get in for a sale. So prime example right here. Let me zoom all the way in for y'all. Hold on. It will delete that. We'll come right back to it. So if I'm looking in a downtrend right here, just in this area right here, right? My first zone, like I told y'all, was the previous two candlesticks that touched each other. So right here in this middle section, I would have drew my zone, right? So not getting in right away because it bounced up. But the only thing I'm waiting on it to do is come back and pass. So what I want to do is draw my zone here and just wait for it to pass this zone here. So as the market did and as it always does, in this section, it came through and passed that zone. You see what I'm saying? So once it comes out of this purple rectangle, if y'all can see that, then I place my trade. Okay, and then I'm holding. Depending on how far I think it's gonna go, or whether I'm scalping for a second, or I feel like, hey, I can hold it for about a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 20, 30. I really don't like to sit in the trade that long. Tops for me 3 to 4 minutes, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Because then that's gonna really let me know what's going on with the markets. I don't need that much, you know what I'm saying? I use higher lot size just so I can make a small pip move and bank profit off of it. So as it passed through this previous zone here, as you can see, it kept going. High lot size, you don't need to wait on all of this. Just this first counter where it passed and did what it did, well, gave you about 10, 20 pips right there. Shit, you can go ahead and just close your trade, because at that point in time, you up at least about 500 to 1,000, depending on what you're doing. Or if you're at a bigger account that allows you to trade at a higher value, that could be a couple thousand for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a demonstration I want to show y'all as to why I take my trades and what I look for, knowing that, hey, this right here in this sector will be going in a downtrend. So what I do is I draw out my trend. So once I find my trend, right, which I just showed y'all, then which going in the sell direction is called a bearish movement. So a bearish movement is going in a downward direction. Okay. Your bullish is going in a buy direction, which means it's going in a up direction, which are these green candles. So your red candles are your downward direction candles, which you can see it pretty much just kept fucking falling. But me, I'm a scalper, chat. I'm not finna sit in these markets all fucking day and you know what I'm saying, at night, just to make some profit, or just to sit there and wait for me to fucking lose. I'm not finna do that, man. If the shit gonna go down, it's gonna go down, and then it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But the reason I took the trade this morning is because this bullish movement right here, which lets me know hey, we going up for a buy. And shout out Cool Kev. Kev, this is an official trend line for you, dog. Figured you was asking. Let me see who all in here. My boy Quantum. So, yo, what up, Donna B? That's he said good morning and keeping it real to me. He said, thanks for this live, brother. No problem, no problem. Yeah, let me if you want to, Quantum, man, if you got the time, brother, I drop a link for you, man. You can pull up and, you know, talk about it. I know you like to talk to finance stuff and stuff like that. But, you know, as brother to brother, you know, me and you talked about this already. You know I do this. So just showing my viewers, you know, what they can potentially make some extra bank from. But I didn't seen this. Hold on, chat. Yeah, but yeah, this is why I took the buy position, you know, because hey, on the 4-hour chart, it's buying heavy, which means it's rarely ever going to go against its trend early in the week. Now, if we were to have a bearish movement, you know, let me see if I can draw this out for y'all. Let me see if I got it how I used to have it. If we had a bearish movement which come through here, and like it did a movement such as break and come through here, then this right here would be called breaking the trend. So if you can see the little blue lines that I drew outside of this trend, this upward trend, this would be called breaking the trend. And that lets me know, hey, it's probably finna go down big time. And we need to start looking for sales as soon as possible. So if it comes out of that trend and hey, I know, hey, the market is restructuring itself, it's trying to breathe. So it's trying to consolidate. So it's trying to go and find a previous zone. Then I know, hey, if it's doing that, then hell, this shit is going to sell for a minute. So being that it's been buying, it's been bouncing in and out of this channel. Well, not even in and out, just been inside the channel, bouncing around. Pretty much just lets me know, hell, the market has been buying for, if I go to the daily and zoom out, the market been buying well over about 3 weeks now off of the daily. So shit, man. But it's easy, chat. Like once you learn it, it's easy as hell. You just got to get over the bullshit. You know, the people that try and steer you to all of these fucking indicators, bullshit ass indicators and shit like that. To show you a better example, Cool Kev, I don't know where the hell you at, but my boy Quantum, there he is. What's happening, Quantum?
Yo, good morning, T Money. What's happening, my brother?
What's happening, man? Just showing them about these markets, man. You know, we just made a quick flip of 229. We really could have got, you know, a few G's off of it. I missed the damn movement setting the live up. So,
oh man, yeah. Missed that trade, man. Missed that flip.
Yeah, that quick flip, and I was gonna do it live for y'all, but I didn't think it was gonna move that fast. Even though I looked at my calendar, I looked at my my Forex calendar, and it said news was gonna hit around 8:30. So normally when the news hit, and it's a bunch of it's back to back news of red folder. So shit, it hit fast. I figured it would, but I was like, man, I'm gonna catch it. But yeah. What's up, Quantum? What you up to, man?
Man, just getting up, man. Not too long ago, brother. Had a late night, man. Got in late, whatever have you. So, but I just had some calls this morning. I had to jump on and whatever have you. But I saw you up here doing your thing and trade. I said, yeah, I got to get in and have a conversation with you about this, man. some real good positions out there. I see that you own one. What you trading against right now? What's this? The USD?
We at Nasdaq.
Okay.
We trading against a future. That's a future.
Oh, it's a future. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man.
I'm just trying to show them, man, just the ins and outs. You already know I do this, man. You didn't talk behind the scenes already. So
yeah, this is beautiful, man. What's your strategy in terms of, like, do you kind of wait until the market gives you an indicator, or do you just watch the performance of whatever currency that you're looking at? How do you do?
So that's a good question. So that's what I was finna break down for y'all.
Right.
I look for previous zones. So what we look for, as far as who I've learned from in my years to come, we look for the ceiling and the floor, which is our support and our resistance zones. Okay, so meaning, where did the market have a problem passing it? You know what I'm saying? And where did it just keep stopping itself? Like it just didn't, just kept consolidating in one area. So, meaning if I'm pointing out an example, these purple, rectangles that I drew out, I look for the two previous candles that touched the spot that had trouble like passing. You know what I'm saying? So like if you zoom in right here where we at now, the reason I took this buy position is because I just draw it out for y'all all the way. Give me a second. Right here, chat. This was the peak of this trade, but we could tell that the market tried to test it with this candle right here. I don't know if y'all can see that wick. You know what I'm saying?
We see it.
You can see my mouth, not my mouse. It's right here where this previous wick was, but this was the highest peak. But me seeing that, hey, it came close to this, eventually it's gonna pass it. You know what I'm saying? So that automatically would be my ceiling. You see what I'm saying? So in previous areas in this zone, which is why we call it a zone, it has played in this area 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's played in this zone 4 times, which is having a problem passing. You see what I'm saying? So what will give me a good indicator that eventually it's gonna go ahead and pass it is the 4-hour chart that I just showed you. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Being that it's in an uptrend, it eventually, hey, it's gonna go ahead and pass that zone because the higher time frame says so. But being that this is my ceiling, this is not where this is where it had a problem passing. Previously, eventually it's gonna go ahead and do it, and then if the market's like me, quantum. If it comes back and retests this candle right here that was the closest to being closer to that ceiling than any other candlestick, and I've seen this one come back and test, you know what I'm saying? I said, okay, then that's the signal for me to go ahead and just get in, make some profit out of it. But being that it's news, it gave me a good opportunity to kind of know which direction that the market was going to go in and things of that nature. So in terms of looking at my floor here, which would be these rectangles at the bottom here, we got this red candle here and then this big strong green candle that wicked out. But all in all, quantum, I'm gonna zoom in for you, man. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. All in all,
it started to climb right there where that drop was. I see it. I see what you're talking about. That's your base.
Yeah, so right here, where can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so right here, these two, essentially touched each other.
Yeah,
you see it. Like we're not even looking at the wick part of the candle. We're looking at exactly where they touched.
Right.
So this would automatically create my floor, which would be a previous zone. If I were to draw a line all the way across, you see it touched previously somewhere else to the left hand side, but this lets me know that this is a previous zone because they touched each other. So if I keep scrolling left, and this is years of learning this, I'll find exactly where those candles previously touched each other. So if anything, you know, if anything happens as far as a sale, it will have to come past this zone. But coming past this zone and out of this purple rectangle that I've drawn, that gives me signal to go ahead and place my trade, because I know, hey, you've passed it, so now you are looking for a new zone.
Right, you cleared that deficit.
Yeah, exactly.
That previous window. I see where you at. I'll follow you.
So from here, the reason you see the second rectangle at the bottom of from this one,
right,
is I like to pretty much you know where I'm going. Where can my destination possibly end at? You know what I'm saying? So it can pass this zone that we just talked about, but where would it end? You know, because that's a lot of traders' problems. We end up staying in a trade too long.
I
think I've done a demonstration of that. I think I've done a demonstration of that on my last live. I made money. I stayed in on purpose. I don't know if nobody noticed.
I noticed. I see what you were doing. You were waiting out the turn to see if it was going to do what it was supposed to do, so you can decide to make a decision to stay in or move out. I saw you. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You definitely know what you're doing. There's no question about that. You know what it seems by watching the way you move with it. You're not overly and ridiculously aggressive with it. You're more of a practical person. You look for specifics to see. I could trade with you all day. A lot of these guys I've dealt with, man, they wild cowboys, man. It's like, they like in the wild west with this stuff. They just be shooting. I'm like, take your time and dial in and look at what you're doing, man. Stop.
Because it would take time. You will lose a lot of these. You'll blow a lot of accounts, man, just learning. But it's trade worth learning, Quantum. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually I'm here. This type of shit is going to eventually take you away from work.
I know. I know. I support that. That's why I'm here, brother. I'm learning what I don't know. I don't know everything. I know what I know, but it's always somebody that knows more. You got to be willing to humble yourself to learn that. So that's why I'm checking in with you, man. You actively do this more than I do. I'll mess around with it to the degree that you do.
Yeah, I'll be telling my wife, I said, we one news candlestick away from, being at the crib. You feel me? So that's when I say a news candlestick, chat, this is what I'm talking about. This long,
God damn.
Yeah, a lot of these right here, these long, bullish candle that you see, the green one, that this candlestick alone has taken a lot of people away from, their daily. So, but now,
money. This is a live account, right?
Yeah, this live. Yeah. No. Well, I wanted to do what I wanted to do in front of y'all was show y'all how they could get funded a 50K account, and they don't have to trade their own money per se, because people ain't got 50K or that type of leverage to just throw on the market. So Top Step is the platform that I'm using. I already have a funded account. I just wanted to do this just to show y'all, hey, it's easy to go ahead and get funded. I think the lowest one they have is a 50K account. It's only like $49. You can get in it, and if you know how to trade, then you get in, you pass this, and they fund you a real account, and you make money off of them versus you having to put in your own money, and then you blow it and be like, oh man, that shit kills your drive. So this account right here, I think the requirements are, if you give me a second, they don't have a lot of rules. I've dealt with a lot of and then you actually had talked to when we talked on the phone. I told you, I said, it's probably a prop firm.
Right.
Yeah, so these are prop firms. Okay, so this is a way for someone to be able to do what they love to do without having to risk your own money per se.
You know what, T Money? I'm gonna have a proposal for you here shortly, brother.
Okay.
I'm just waiting on something with my bank right now with this shipment transaction I'm working on.
Okay.
But once I'm finished with it, I'm gonna have a proposal for you, brother. Because I think you and I, man, we should do a JV, joint venture, to where you could actually just trade this right here and trade in a live account for us, and then we just kind of watch it and move around in it, whatever have you, man. Bringing some solid funds to the table so you can actually make some serious moves with this stuff. Because I see now, I've been checking out your structure and how you think for a long time. I've known you traded for a long time. And your approach to this thing, in my opinion, is exactly the type of approach that I'd like to be in a partnership with, because it's like you know exactly when and where to place your trades. You don't base it on emotion, you base it on logic, and you know how to find the signs. I'm watching what you're saying here. I've been looking at it since you came on here, and I said he knows exactly where his entry points are, where his exit points are. You know how to watch the market trends and what they're basically signaling to you, and you know where to get in and where to get out for each position that you take. And that right there, brother, I think that's a recipe for success right there, especially if you had $150,000 to $200,000 to trade with. I think you can.
Ooh, boy, you ain't got to go nowhere. You ain't going to work. What you mean? Come on,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You wait. I'm gonna be coming back to you.
Hey, man,
I'm working on something. We're gonna talk.
What up with it, Tisdale? What up with it, Mike Addison? But now, Quantum, I'm gonna tell you my thing. What my thing was. And what made me like lock in and learn, because you know it's a fear factor thing, chat. You just can't once the fear is gone, that's when you are at your most dangerous. Now the nervousness will never leave, you know, because when you first get in your first trade, the market has done people so damn dirty that you know, okay, I just want to make sure that you know it's gonna go and keep going. I'm hardly ever wrong. I say I have about an 88% win rate. The problem is, and it would be 90-92. The problem is, my problem was I stayed in too long, knowing that I was right. Even times I have been in profit, I wanted more. I got greedy. And, you know, I can I'm honest. I can admit that I took a $100 account of my own money and turned it into 5-6 G's. Wanting to surprise my girl. This is a quick story for y'all. Wanting to surprise my girl, right? I decided to wait till we got to a destination, and that destination was the water park. So she not knowing we up this big. I said, hey, when we get to the water park, I'm closing this trade. We're gonna be up triple what we were just up. So I get to the water park. We having fun, you know, everybody, you know, the kids is having fun. So I fuck around, Quantum, and grab my phone. So not being the experienced trader, but just having success. Right. You know, I'm not knowing what news is. I'm not knowing what none of that is. So I look and all my money's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? so I'm like, yo, I said it's a glitch in the market. Like, nah, like what the fuck just happened? So like this whole time, and I'm showing out, damn, I was trying to surprise you and da da da. She you know, she said, just calm down, you gonna get it, like take your time. And
right.
This is around the time COVID was here. So this is when all of this had really come about. So I'm like, bro, I'm hurt, Quantum. So it hurt me, dog. And you know, it's been a few times I had took a pause on it. Like every trader goes through this, man. And you should know, Quantum. Like,
I know very well. The turns.
I took a pause on. I'm like, bro, and I go back and I really look at myself and then my strategy and the stuff that I've learned. I'm like, man, this shit is not that hard.
Right.
You know, it shouldn't have taken me the time it has taken me to learn this, but I never understood what older traders were telling me. that I was listening to. You know, my mentors per se, you know, like, hey, when they say, hey man, I look back, like, why did it take me that extra 2 to 3 years to become successful in the markets? And it's not that hard.
Right.
And you know, they're right. You feel me? Like, it shouldn't take that long, because if you just take the time right then and there, you study why okay, I just got an email. I'm not email, text. Talk to me, Quantum, and I'm gonna come. I'm listening. Just talk to me. I'm gonna send this.
Yeah. See, what it is, brother. I don't even disparage you for that, because when you first get into the trading game, it's an international game. You know what I'm saying? It is definitely not something that you're doing locally. What you're doing is the markets will give you all of these indicators, and then what happens is inexperience is what will defeat you in the beginning, because you're not so cognizant of what moves to make and when to make them. The only thing that can really cure that is how you go about your education process, and then starting with a live account, and then you trade for a little bit just to test it, to see. You gotta be willing to throw something on the blackjack table, just to kind of get a feel for what they're throwing at you and what's out there. And as you navigate through that period, you get a real good feel of how the market responds to you, how it reacts to the rest of the world, how you're grabbing what you're going to grab. If you're doing like you say, futures, you can play the game the same way. I don't know if you do anything with dang, what's the other one, man? What's the other one? There's another division of this that you can jump on too. You probably know exactly which one I'm talking about.
I know it's a bunch with this trade.
Yeah, I know. It's a bunch. Right.
I know. You got your what is that? You got pocket option. You have it's a bunch of other ones.
Ton of them.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of other ones. I see that you found a good little niche. That's what you found a niche, because you'll start bouncing around all this stuff, man, and you'll confuse yourself until you master one. You got to master one at a time. And I see now it looks like you've got a good little niche going here with this version. I see exactly how you got it. So, hey man, my hat's off to you. It takes a very meticulous mind to gravitate to what this stuff is about and how to excel at it.
Yeah.
And that's what I noticed that you're doing, because you actually know your approach is not overly aggressive. But you're very, very intuitive with your moves, and that's what counts, man. It's like playing chess with yourself. You got to just watch the movement of the other parties and see what they're doing and see what the market is allowing you to do. That's what
that's it. But like I was saying though, pretty much what took me so long was just waiting too long, knowing I was right, but being afraid of being wrong. But hey, when you in the markets, just get what you can, because you got to realize something. You're trading against banks. The longer that you stay in the markets, you're giving the banks advantage to take from you. You get what I'm saying? So all it is all day in the market is the banks are targeting people's stop losses. And that's why I say, and if you don't know what a stop loss is, I'll show you.
Oh yeah. Which which bank do you recommend? Because like I work with Merrill on this right here when this comes in. Who are you working with? Any specific bank?
No, when I say banks, like that's the market just as a whole. That's your forex, your futures, and all of that. So I don't know what banks are what, like as far as specific names. I don't know if it's Bank of America. I don't know, but I think it's all of them that's got their hand in the pot here.
They do. They do. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know all day.
Now that part, Quantum, I wouldn't know, like, to tell you like what bank to put money in and have them trade for you, because they do have those systems out there.
Yeah, they do
as well. But if you don't know what a stop loss is, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm trying to get this email sent off. It's about finished. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. So in this position here where I took my trade at, right? If you see where the green is at, right?
Yeah.
And let's say I drew this up here. I drew my target to reach. I wanted it to go outside of this green box, but it didn't. It's in their majority. It's like it's up there a good amount, and we start to see the market take a turn, and we can just get out. But when I say stop loss, it's this red right here.
E-break.
This is when they want you to risk between 1.5, shit like that. You don't want to go. Like, especially me, I do a higher lot size. So I wouldn't want to lose. I wouldn't want to risk but a 1.5.
There you go.
At max. So how you set your stop loss is you go to the trade that you're in once you place your trade. And I don't know if y'all can hear the audio. It says order filled. Once the order, the order is in, you click on that order, you go through, you adjust your stop loss. Your stop loss would be the number to my right hand side, which is 21962.00. That's your stop loss. So once you put it in the system, the banks automatically know, hey, boom, his stop loss is here. So I used to always have this thing in my head, and I'm glad I'm talking to you, Quantum, because you somebody I can talk to. I used to always have this weird thought in my head that I said, man, it looked like, I know I'm right about where the market's supposed to go, but it looked like these motherfuckers is trying to take me out. You feel me? So, and they would go and take you out and then go back the way that you said it was gonna go. Like, and I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck? So,
you know what? They're buying your position of what you expect not to go below. So they're hedging is what they're doing. That's what they do. They hedge your, because they don't know. See, the thing about it is, I think what it is, bro, the more people that trade, they don't know the only way they're going to know is if they're watching your tendencies of how you operate. That's how they're going to find out. But if you're the kind of person, you're very meticulous and very detailed with the way you move. You see how you just set your stop loss and you know where you're not going to go below. Yeah, when you set that in there. The banks are like, it's like they're trying to play on your tendencies. So they're going to buy in your position for what your loss will go. They're going to try to cover that spread. And the moment you go below that spread, boom, that's where they make money at. They make money on the down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they try to play you.
Yeah, exactly. So going below y'all stop loss. See, a lot of people this morning, they should pretty, and experienced traders should know.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me send this text off, y'all.
Yeah, go do your thing, brother.
All right. An experienced trader should know, hell, anybody this morning, any of my close friends that I know, as far as like I got some very successful friends off of this shit. And shout out to them. They the ones who put me on to this type of stuff right here. And like I say, big shout outs to them, man. Some African dudes to be exact, man. Just some damn, and one regular American dude. He very successful off this shit, right? I watched him get successful right in front of my face, and he ain't even been trading longer than me at all. He about 3 years max, and he's
wasn't it Gyro River, or was it?
Hell no. We used to actually work together, man. And I seen him a while back take his last day, at that place. I was like, bro, what the fuck? And I'm like, I didn't even know. I'm like, bro, like, hold on, I've been doing this shit for years. So they put me on game, man. So like I say, with these prop firms and stuff. So shout out to them. And blessings on their journey. They follow me on the ground. One dude, me and him got real close. He even pulled up and played basketball with me. He ended up, quitting the job right behind the other dude. So I was like, damn, bro, like I'm right there. You feel me? Like, but it's a learning experience. It's something like, that's why it's always important in life to find a trade where you can make a lot of money and stick to it. It's gonna take years. It may take people years. It may only take a certain person months to figure that out. But once you learn that trade, man, that trade can potentially take you out of a bad predicament. So you just gotta stick with it and constantly keep going, because the only thing that you're gonna do is see, y'all get a different side of T-Money. Like Quantum know this side. You feel me? This is it's gonna do nothing more than empower your brain. It's gonna make you stronger. And that's I've always been the one to be on a paper chase. If it doesn't make sense, then to me, like clocking in day out, that don't make sense, because essentially you wasting part of your life. And I've seen people go to these jobs and give it they all. And I'm like, man, like, what if you took that same energy and put it into something that you love and to yourself? You know what I'm saying? That you took the time to learn how to operate this forklift or be the top performer. Like, take that same energy that you pride yourself in. Yeah, they got maintenance going on. That you pride yourself in having the highest number in the warehouse, and apply it to yourself and something else. It don't matter what it is. I don't give a damn if you selling sport cards or something as simple as that. Just just take your time and invest in yourself, man, because ain't nothing more important than I was blessed to come out of Quantum at 18 and my cousin be the guy that he was, as far as the millionaire and stuff like that. And he put me on to I was a salesman. I'll go ahead and tell y'all, I started out as a salesman early, because to me, and I don't mean to be going so deep in the depth with this shit, Quantum. I just don't. I don't get
this, brother. It's good information. Go ahead, brother. Do you?
I started off as a salesman, and I was 18. I said about 19. I went on ahead. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." So my cousin had come up to me. He was like, "Man, I kept sending him with these nice ass cars and shit." So he pulled up to my graduation's cookout. He was like, "Hey man, hey, congrats! I'm proud of you, cuz." I said, appreciate it. He was like, "Hey man, you ever want to make some money? Hit my line." I'm looking at him. I said, "You ain't selling no goddamn drugs or nothing." He looked at me. Cuz I ain't selling no drugs. Nigga. He was like,
thanks.
He was like, hell no. I said, "What you doing?" He just laughed at me. He never would tell me. He just laughed at me. I ended up moving up to the city. Ended up moving up to a city, and I got up there in Quantum. I got to the first job. My first job ever was Food Line. So I got in there, all right, this cool. I'm making a little money. I got enough little money to get me a little whip and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, I had some siblings tell me, "Hey, quit, come work at this warehouse. They make more money. I'm the manager. My siblings, my close siblings was the manager and shit." That's how I bet. Fuck it. I went in there, and I actually loved working at Food Line at first. I said, man, went in there, I turned my shirt in, spent the weekend. My cousin, who was a millionaire, he had come up for the weekend. So we was all out there cooking out. He was in my ear again. He said, "You still gonna keep working for people, huh?" I said, man, go on, man. So I said, "I'm starting this new job." He said, "You gonna see what I'm talking about, cuz I see it in you." I was like, all right. So I get there and I'm picking cases, man. And I lost so much fucking weight, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? So and it wasn't just something I wanted to do. I'm like, bro, I'm wasting my time. I even pulled to the back of the aisle with this dude I knew, man. Me and him was having girl problems at the same time. So a very close friend of mine, he ended up, going on, life after a car accident, a motorcycle accident. But we pulled at the back of the damn aisle and just started crying together. I don't know what it was, Quanah. He said, "Man, I feel like I'm wasting my life." I said, "Man, me and you too. We on the same."
Yeah, see, your cousin wasn't lying.
Yeah, he was in there. He liked to do cars, so he ended up finding a little niche where he get out and he do cars. And at the same time we left, my cousin, I ended up going to Bojangles after leaving there. I said, "I'm not gonna keep working here." I worked at Bojangles for all 1 week. So
wow.
I go in there, the manager calls me. I'm waiting on my mom and them to get off so I can take the whip to get there. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
The manager calls me and cusses me out because I was the best chicken fry they had within that 1 week. I'm like, what the hell? People would come back because of how good the chicken was. And the dude was like, hey man, where the fuck you at? You supposed to fucking be here. And I'm like, bro, who this motherfucker talking to?
Wow.
It's like, who you getting ghetto with, nigga? Like, who you talking to? So, my brother got off. I said, all right. I said, I'll be up there. I said, we going to check this motherfucker. So we got up there, Quantum. I ran the dude behind the counter. I'm like, bro, who the fuck was you talking to? I said, bro, I told you I was coming in. He was like, oh, and he froze up. I said, matter of fact, I took my shirt off and I balled it up, chat, and I threw it at his ass. I said, I quit, motherfucker, and I walked out.
Yeah.
So I went home. I called my cousin. He said, I told you was going to call me. And we just laughed about it. I said, man, shut up. So best decision I ever made in my life. He ended up, putting me on with the contract that he had. Ended up being successful with it. With him, went on a run, went to buying cars like crazy, jewelry. Like, if I'm thinking, back then, I'm like, man, if y'all can look at the market now, it's doing it now in chat. That damn previous stop loss I just told you, I'm not in a trade. They finna target it. Look. But yeah, Quantum, I'm like, man, what the fuck? Where? So I'm not, the young mind is you just want to be flashy. You want to have a nice car. You're not thinking about, getting the crib and stuff like that. So in this time period, I ended up, having my first kid. And ultimately, cuz kept telling me, hey man, this stuff don't last forever. So while you making the bank that you making, save all of your money.
Right.
Because we'll find something else. And I'm living life. I'm traveling. I'm doing other shit. And I didn't save it. I didn't listen. He ended up ending the contract with the people because they started doing some crooked shit. But I got into that, man. And then we ended up, years later, we ended up spinning a block with the solar. Started selling solar. And I made some bank off that shit. I ain't even going to lie with you, Quantum.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man, I ultimately got my turn back. But then I seen this about around the same time I was doing that. And I said, man, I'm going to learn this. You feel me? So I took this on and they about to make me get in. I don't want to do it with y'all online. They about to make me get in. That shit looking too good, bro.
Uh-oh. You see something you like?
Yeah, it's coming back. I'll wait, though. I'll wait because, your other counter stick my guard way up. But yeah, Quantum, that's just something, I started in sales. I ended up getting the LLC out of it. Cause my cousin told me, hey, you get LLC, you get more of this and that. And then I ended up getting way more than I was making just under him. So, and I still got the LLC to this day. But other than that, shit, man, it just life, man. You just got to be smart with decisions and stuff like that. That's why I tell people, invest your time and your energy into yourself. You feel me? Who is that? Servio? That's Servio? No. Dude, Swervio Pro Trader. Not a pro trader yet. What up, family? Subscribe if you new. But yeah, Quantum, that's it, man. As far as, I ain't mean to go into depth with this shit, bro. You feel me? But
man.
The strategy for me is staying in too long, dog. And that's just
I feel you.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, man, I see which you gave me some color commentary on what I already knew about you, but you kind of you enhanced it a lot because see, people aren't driven for what we're talking about most of the time because people don't see it from that perspective. Like when you were punching their clocks and making them wealthy, whatever company you're working for, you basically you're exchanging those dollars for hours, and you're not getting that you're just due. They're making probably 10 times off of you for every hour they're paying you, maybe a quarter of what they're making, maybe a tenth of what you're making. Technically, they're going to give you that little piece, and they hope, okay, the job is supposed to be just over broke, keep you hanging on, just come back.
Exactly.
And you figured it out pretty early on, which most people don't do. And once you figured it out, you said, you know what, man, thank God you had your cousin there that can kind of lift you and show you the way, teach you a couple things. But that's where you're going now with what you got going on, and you're actually imparting that wisdom upon everybody. It's beautiful stuff, man. I mean, people don't get to hear this all the time, every day. So that's why it's very, very important to share the message what you got right here, man. Very important.
Yeah.
I agree with you, man.
And that's why I say, man, my thing is with this situation, the reason I learned the strategy that I learned, I was never wrong. If I really go back through my resume of trading, it was and they actually targeted their stop loss, y'all. I don't know if y'all see it. It's past the red line.
Oh yeah,
you passed it. They clipped. Let me get you.
There it is.
You feel me? So, let me get you. I just drew it out for y'all. Now be mindful. I was profitable through this. This is about the same thing that I would have risked, but I would have set my once I got up how I needed to, I would have set my stop loss to break even. That way I wouldn't have lost nothing at all. But now the reason that I trade like I do, and I sat down, I told my girl, I said, I figured it out. She said, well, it is because I'm a study holic. I hurry up and hop on and I get the writing stuff down and I be like, okay, because sometimes I have to see it wrote down to remember. I go home. I said, man, I need to figure out how to know when the market is going to take a turn and what's the next destination. What could be the next stopping point for the market? You see what I'm saying, Quantum? Yeah. And that's when I started to look and I started to notice certain things. This is where for me, because every trader sees it different. You can have those mentors, but it's up to you to see what you think is the correct form. And I've not told people this, but the name T Money actually came from me trading Forex previous years ago. Oh, so I've been doing it about 7 years now. I was never really good at it like early on, but I was good at teaching others. And I had strategies that work. I actually ended up selling courses. Yeah, that's on my Instagram. And I was holding Zoom calls and shit like that, and everybody, man, your shit work. And then it took for one bad person to get in the group chat because I guess she was paying monthly and didn't realize, hey, this is a live signal trade calling room. And she didn't, she thought I was calling, so she started spreading my name around the people in the group chat, and people was coming back, sending me like long messages. She was writing about me. So I talked with the lady. I didn't like how she was. So we removed her from the WhatsApp.
Right.
Group. So ultimately, I just told the people, I said, man, they still follow me to this day. They said, man, I said, man, I love all y'all, dog. But I said, I just ain't with the drama. So I come out of that and I just, focused on me learning it myself. But people, I had made a website called Luxury and Success. People was going up purchasing courses and stuff like that. And
that's dope, man.
I actually got a few people on my Instagram that become successful, and now I'm not working off of the strategies that I taught to them, but at that point in time they were more experienced. It just helped enhance them. So but I'm nothing near what I am today back then. But that's where the name T Money came from, y'all. They actually gave it to me, Quantum. I didn't, this ain't something. They was like, man, we're gonna call you T Money, man. I was like, all right, that's a bit. So
oh snap.
Yeah. So
that's dope.
Yeah. So
I wonder where you got that name from. Now I get it.
Yeah. So they ended up giving it to me. Cool bunch of crowd of people, man. They were telling me like, please don't do it, man. You helping us. I had one guy in there that's shy. He actually ended up buying him a Mustang now. And I worked with him. I called him. I did one-on-one Zoom calls with him and stuff like that. I worked with him, and we was a community. We was a strong, tight community. It was like 50 of us in the community. So it was strong, man. And I said at that point, I said, this is what I need to be doing. It drove me. You know what I mean? So But yeah, quantum, like I say, man, this is why I'm gonna get to the strategy right quick because I know I've been going all the way around it. I ain't even mean to go this long for real. But
good info.
Yeah, but yeah, man. The reason, I sat down on, like I told my guy, I said, man, I got it. I need to know what destination the market is gonna go and where is it gonna stop, because it always has a turning point. You know what I'm saying? So this is where you see these rectangles come into play at these purple rectangles. That this first one right here, where I explained to you the zone, was, hey, that's the passing point. Where could possibly be the stopping point?
Right.
You feel me? Because if this candle where it was to come down and pass through this box, this would be because these two candles had wicked out. This would be the third time, which lets me know, hey, third time is the charm. Hey, we going all the way through, but where's it gonna stop? Will it just pass both of these candles a little bit, and this next rectangle box here could be the stopping point, which most of the time it does that. It'll stop and it'll reverse, and or it could be confirmation of, hey, this is a long-term trade and this is the trade where people make a lot of their money at. So
let me ask you a question, brother. Let me ask you something.
Go ahead, Corner.
One quick question. So you see where you got your sub-tier purple rectangle drawn out? That little that area between the two of those rectangles, right? That no man's land. If you dip, if you get the indicator and it dips below that first rectangle right before it hits that second one, what's your thoughts? What do you do right there? Do you say to yourself, do I want to start preparing for an exit, or do I want to go more aggressive and go back in? What do you think?
So it depends on how fast the candlestick is moving.
Gotcha. Okay. Got you.
I go off momentum, right?
Okay.
Which I know right here is pump fake, and I told you I just took somebody's stop loss. It probably won't continue down. Then again, it could, but it's got more momentum going from this first candlestick. It's probably gonna keep buying up. But people thinking, hey, it's finna sell. Like, you heard me, I'm about to get in, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait to the next candlestick. But quantum, if it was to come past this first rectangular box, and we got a pretty push, let's say like this big bullish candle we got here, the green one. If it was to push red this way, you can pretty much see it. It'll start off real strong. And it'll kind of like jump back and forth, kind of like in a rapid pace. That's ultimately gonna let me know, hey, it's got a stronger push that it's trying to do. So being me, once it passes this area, I won't even really let it all the way come out the box. It just needs to pass a certain area for me.
Right.
But for you unexperienced traders, let it come out of the box, because that's going to ensure that, hey, we're going down at least just where you can make some money. I'm going for a higher lot size, and then I'm gonna let that momentum take care of the rest, right? But me, all I'm waiting for it to do, quantum, is to touch this second box. I'm getting out. Because I
right. That's what I'm saying.
Trust the markets. Yeah, I don't trust the markets. But let's just say you got in and it touched this box and went inside the box. So now you in between, should I stay in or should I just get out? But you got good reasoning for thinking that.
Correct. I see. What you're saying is, like, your box, that no man's land between those two purple rectangles, is where your lowest point would have been and where it started to go back up, right? I see that. And that's where you have to make the decision.
Exactly. So if you get in, right, and the first rectangular box, it comes out. Let's say it comes out, it touches the tip of the second one, but it can also retrace back. And then you definitely, if it ever retrace and goes back up, and Lord have mercy, If it ever retraces and goes back into this the first rectangular box, get out.
Yeah.
You always need to know when to get in, when to get out.
Right.
That's something that you need to know as a trader, because if not, I'm telling you now, you're gonna lose the trade. And you know, some days, if I'm feeling myself, I'll let it go all the way through this second box, because sometimes, you know, you as an experienced trader, you can tell by the candlestick movement that hey, it's gonna push past this zone. But once we come out of this second box, quantum,
yeah,
we own the finding a new zone at that point in time. Nothing to the left at that point in time matter, because look at it. Ooh, ooh, that shit look good up there, boy. But I feel, because if essentially before I remove the rectangles that I just removed to show y'all that example, it just came down and retested this same example that I'm trying to show y'all, which lets me know that shit finna push probably down into what we're talking about, quantum. And if it do,
yeah,
you know, in a timely fashion, I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, you just shit.
This is real time, right?
Yeah, this real time. You look, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm saying some shit now. I'm saying some shit. He said you can trail stop loss though. Yeah, you can, man. He said I got out of prison and picked up trading. And listen, that's another thing to talk about. You got a second chance, brother, at life. Period. You know, the best people that become successful are those who don't have a family and is young, around the age from 18 to 22. And then those who are in your position, they get out and get a second chance. They get to start over. You know, people that's already got a family and stuff like that and is in motion, it's kind of hard for them to, you know, get money or gather money up for things like this. So good that you picked that up. He said, how can I contact you? I'm trying to get in the trading community. I don't do it no more, but you can subscribe and I'll be on here briefly. I'll speak briefly about it here and there, man. And maybe that could help you. You know, I'm not into that. I don't do that no more. I already got a YouTube community. So yeah. But yeah, quantum, it looked like it's y'all might get a live test. You know, this is a strong push. This is what I'm talking about. Essentially, if I were to draw that same rectangle where I just had it at, as y'all can see, what did it do? It retested the box. Did y'all see that?
Sure did.
It come all the way back down to the box. This where the previous box was just at, right?
Sure was. Yep.
So it just come all the way back down. So a lot of people that was thinking this thing was gonna keep buying just got taken all the way out. You feel me?
But to double their positions.
Yeah, if this comes past this box, like I just told you, I'm getting in. I'm not shying away from nothing. You feel me? So but that's the thing, quantum. Let me see. He said for some reason I can't open it. Oh man, hold on. My bad, y'all.
That's all good, brother. We right here with
you. Email. I'm trying to. Damn. Give me a second. I'm sending this email off.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah, y'all. I can't see. But see it come out that box and then it rolls all the way back up. That's what you got to be careful about. But other than that, quantum, to your question is, I'm not going too far outside this box. And also, this could be if you missed a trade as well. If you missed your opportunity to get in, this second, you know, this last rectangle box that y'all see here, could be a re-entry for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you were to miss the first zone that it passed, this second one, if it passes through this zone, could be, hey, I can enter there. You feel me? So that's just, if you understand, if you understand what I'm trying to tell you, Quantum.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't know if Quantum was still in here or not. You still in here, Quantum? Yo. I don't know where my boy Quantum just went.
I'm still here, brother. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Sounds we had some interruption, but I'm here.
Okay, yeah, y'all like this damn. Y'all like this. Y'all like me talking about Forex, huh? I got a few subscribers off talking about this shit. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, brother. Where's that, man?
Yeah, I throw you in the mix. I throw this in the mix. Then this channel is about everything. If you read the description, we talk about anything over here. So, I do want y'all to see what I just told you, though. If I drew my rectangle, I drew my rectangular box, back to where it was previously at before I showed y'all this prime example of them snatching somebody's stop loss, which just happened.
Yep.
You see where it was selling at. It come out of that box about how far, Quantum, and went back. You see how it went back into a buying position.
I see it.
This is why I told y'all I would never stay in that long anymore, because you got to know the stopping points. Even through this buy right here, if it come through and it broke through right here, I would have got in for a small sale, caught my pips, and I would have got out, because we all know that, this second, rectangular box for that position where it come from would have been the stopping point, or it could have been the passing point. You feel me? But seeing how far that it come all the way from up top, this is most definitely would have been a stopping point for that type of position. But yeah, like I said, yeah, man. Man. But you got any questions, Quantum? On it drove me. I had to know, man, because I said, man, why does the fucking market keep turning around like this? Why is it, why is it doing the shit that it's doing? Like you just don't understand. But then you also have to realize it's a market. The market does two things. It goes up and down. And you can say it consolidate, which means it stays in the middle. You know what I mean? It creates its own channel. And I have different strategies to where you can use a trend line break and be profitable for shorter positions. You know what I'm saying? Let's say if the market is choppy and it's been like, you just don't understand why it keeps buying the way it does, and you're looking for like a small time sale. I have strategies for that. You feel me? But this really just what I wanted to show y'all. B Print, he said, "Good morning, gentlemen."
What's up, B Print?
B Pistol. Yo,
you know something? You got like it be hedge fund traders on this stuff buying those positions, like you just talked to. That's who be doing that. Yeah, hedge funds, they be buying that. They be buying those positions, man. And these guys have crazy credit to play with, so they just sit around and buy these losses, these stop losses all day long.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right into the position and wait for somebody to make a move, and then they'll pounce on it. Boom.
Yeah,
and then you'll see that movement. What you talking
about? Hey, Quantum, I'm gonna take this little phone call. It'll take like 2 seconds. Talk to them about this. You know.
I'll do that. All right. So basically, what y'all are looking at, man, this is one of the graphs. For those who don't know, this is a trading graph. And once you sign up for one of these trading groups or one of these position entities, they will allow you to open an account, a series of accounts based upon, your, sometimes it's credit worthiness. Sometimes it depends on the deposit. It depends on how strong the entity is and how they trade and what they do. they'll allow you to trade actively against whatever they offer to you. But a word of advice or a rule of thumb is to always understand exactly what position you're going into and why you're going into it. Like, don't just blindly buy a position in this stuff because you won't understand the trend for that particular currency or that particular investment strategy that you're trying to deploy. So you have to understand where you're looking to enter. And T Money is doing it because he can read he can read the trends. Okay, what's going on is a lot of people don't realize that behind the scenes of trading, there's always someone that powers the engine behind this stuff, and it's like playing blackjack. If you ever been to a casino, you understand that as you're in the casino, you're playing against the dealer. You're not playing the other players. You're playing the dealer. So whoever's providing the opportunity to buy positions in this is who you're really playing against. Some people come into this and they think they're playing the market against other people. Technically you are, but then technically you're not, because the people are like you. They're trying to buy positions and enter and exit positions, but the entity that controls it all is going to be the banks who have the most of the lion's share of the money. So they will know what to allow the market to do, and based upon how they either make a position available or not, based on how they're going to invest in a movement of one of these particular items, that's how the people who are buying into it determine what they're going to do. So it's not everybody's waiting on the movement of the banks and the way the banks will play what's available on the market, and then that's where people will start running around and buying or flipping, and that's how the market that's how they create the volatility in the market. That's what they do. So that's one way to make a determination. But I tell everybody, man, if you're going to get into trading, just take your time, educate yourself on the different platforms, have your finances in order. This is not gambling. So you want this is strategic finance. Basically, you just have to be strategic. Everything that you do in trading is all about structure and strategy. So you don't want to enter this type of thing with a gambler's mentality. This is not like run and gun, or this isn't the Wild Wild West where you just, throwing it against the wall and hoping that it sticks. You have to, you want to, I ain't gonna say you have to, but you want to come into this with a strategy and understanding, first of all, understand the platform that you're working on, number one, and then understand what the market is trying to accomplish by looking at what's there for you to buy or sell, or what position to enter or exit, and then just watch the trends for a while before you dive in. It's like going to the lake. You don't want to just dive into that sucker. It could be a crocodile in there. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that when you're going to enter positions with this stuff, get a lay of the land first, right? Like, understand what the market is doing, and then lock in on a position, and then take small bites. Don't jump out there and get crazy with it, because T Money has said on a number of lives before, you want to enter the space and create a little bit of confidence for yourself. Start with some decent sized little trades, $20, $50, $100, something like that, and then just sit on that for a little bit and just kind of play it. Just play the game. Just watch trends, watch what they're doing. And then if you can identify what the banks are going to try to do, that's where you make your money at. Actually, is when you can understand how they're trying to buy they're hedging. That's what we were talking about earlier. The banks are hedging on what you might do, because they're looking at your tendencies. They want to. That's how they set the markets with this stuff. So they're looking at tendencies, and they're looking at how to determine whether or not should they buy or sell in lots. Because when they buy and sell in lots, they make it available for you to buy it and sell it, because you're not buying it direct from the people. You're buying it through the brokers, and the brokers obviously have access to it through the banks, and that's how they're going to buy these positions. So when you come in and grab a position, you're looking at what the position that you're looking at buying. That's pretty much the after effect of what the banks determine whether or not it's valuable to them or not valuable to them. So you're buying in a position that may be valuable to the banks or not valuable to the bank, but you'll never know. You'll just see it available. You don't know what their intent is. So that's why you have to watch their moves. So you don't want to just say, oh, this is available. The bank put it, it's available to take this position. Boom. Well, you might be buying into what the bank has determined is invaluable to them or not valuable at all. So you just got to watch what the banks are doing. You got to watch their moves. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the gist of how this stuff works. The rest of it is technicality. Just being able to read the algorithmic path and understanding the platform. That's another thing. If you guys are going to get into this, just you can open like a demo account. You can open demo accounts and just kind of play around with it and get a feel for how to navigate through the software. And before you link it to your accounts and before you link it to your banking and all of that, understand the platform a little bit. And you can gain a working knowledge of the layout of the software. So understand how to navigate through it. If you don't understand the software, don't put your funds in there yet. You want to understand the software so you can understand how to move and make the decisions quickly when it's time to make them. Because as you saw, T-Money had told you, the difference between a second or a few minutes can be thousands of dollars. So that's why you have to master these systems and understand how they work and understand, how to place your stop losses, how to place your positions, how to exit a position, how to enter a position, and understand how to navigate the software so you can get the best out of that. Then the moment that you decide, hey, I'm going to play around with this, but I'm ill prepared, you've probably lost thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars because you didn't understand, how to place a position, how to enter or exit one. And that's the difference between making money and losing money. And a lot of people don't realize you make money on your downward trends, not your upward trend. You make money on the upward trend, but where you can buy a position at a good rate and then how you can watch it climb, that's where you make your money at. It's like stock, you're going to buy it low and then sell it high. You want to buy it on the way down. It's like that's how you hedge it out. And you buy it in lots, and that's looks like I don't know what he's trading on his future. I can't really see it. Can't really get a good look at it. He's got this graph kind of wavering on this thing, so we can't really see the if there's any. I don't know if he's updating the. I wonder if this graph update organically, or do you have to? Is it manual? I can't tell. Doesn't look like it's moved, so I'm pretty much. It might be a manual graph, but I can see the positions changing on the right-hand side. I can see it moving, but I can't see if the graph is corresponding to that or not. I can't tell. It's not zoomed in far enough. Yeah. God's money. What's happening, my brother? Oh, this software. I can't remember what the name of this one is. Let's see. JDG GHU. I don't know how to pronounce your name, my brother. I'm sorry about that. Carolina Blue, what's happening, my dear brother? What's good with you? Let's see. What is the software called? Yeah, I don't know what this one is called, Jay. I'll call you JG. Yeah, cool. JG. I don't know what software this is, man. There are a number of trading softwares out there. This one is a good one. But there are a lot of them, man. There are just so many. You just have to take your time and kind of go through the flow of them and see how you can read the graphs. Make sure you can read the ones that you going to take advantage of. Let's see. God's money. Do you feel fundamental analysis is essential in trading? I think so, man. If your analytical skills are going to play a huge part in being able to determine what this stuff is doing in real time. Because if you're trying to, if you know how to, let's say like a qualitative or a quantitative analysis, if you understand how that works, you understand how that plugs into this particular type of operation, because you're hedging on other people's hedge. Everybody's hedging. Like everybody's looking at what the market will do, what it won't do, and then they're basing what the market is doing on the positions that the banks are throwing out here for you to take advantage of, because they're going to make money. The house is going to win one way or the other. There's no way you can stop that. And but your thing is to bite off as many chunks as you can. That's the idea. So when the banks are throwing this stuff out of here from a fundamental analysis, well, using your fundamental analysis, the banks are going to throw out here a offering, but you have to understand, you have to bite off chunks. It's like a shark, feeding off of some type of something. Let's say a shark is feeding off something in the water. It's biting off chunks at a time until that whole thing has been devoured. You have to bite off as much as your mouth can hold, but don't bite off too much because you'll choke. You never bite off more than you can chew. You bite off just enough, and you digest that, and then you just wait and see. And then if it's making sense, based upon what you just bit off, if it's going in the right direction, then bite off some more. You can open up, you can keep opening up positions and closing them as the market tends to move. You just have to be meticulous in your mindset with your fundamentals. Because if you are analytical to some degree or any degree, you can determine exactly what the market is trying to tell you and what the banks are doing. So you want to watch the banks, and the way you watch the banks is how the stop losses are actually flowing. You watch where they're snipping people at. You can see it, man. They'll come right in there and they'll boom. The floor will open up. I've seen it happen to people. You be on that sucker that say the floor opened up and bam, you go right through the floor. It's like, heck, man. Fish Bub, what's the deal, brother? Fish Bub, my G. What's been good with your fish? Yeah, you say T Money looking jacked. Hey. The last time I saw T Money on his workout channel, he was going in that direction, man. I haven't seen him on a workout video in a little bit, maybe a couple months or so, a few months. But he was looking jacked last time I saw him. Let me see. God's money. Can you point me in the right direction to learn fundamental analysis? I don't know where to begin. Maybe a book or a YouTube tutorial. Okay, so the thing about it is, there are a lot of channels on YouTube that will give you some directives as to understanding fundamental analysis. I don't watch a lot of them, to be honest with you, God's money. I don't really, pour a lot of time into trading as I should, because I'm into something totally different. I'm into something similar, but not the same. It's like, this is more like a day trading type of operation. But I don't spend enough time, to be honest with you, on this particular type of thing. If I did, I'd probably be a beast, man. Really. My business is shipment. I do a lot of global shipments of different foodstuffs. So that's my game. Is trading in that regard. So I buy and sell. We move and buy and sell like sugar and coffee and soybeans and corn and stuff like that. We sell it in mass quantities around the world to various people in different countries for whatever reason, to governments and stuff like that. And so corn, soybeans, sugar is huge. Chicken products is huge in China. Stuff like that is where I'm at. But trading and my background is in finance, international finance, man. So yeah, that's the biggest part of what I got going on is structured finance internationally. And what I do, I build trust structures for companies globally. So my main thing is, so for entities like this who are doing trading, like T Money is showing you guys right here, what I do is I empower people with the ability to protect their assets from stuff like this. So what I do is I build trusts. Some of the people out there that I'm talking about, they have these things. They have trust structures created so that they can safeguard their assets and their wealth. So that's one of the main things that I do. And then I mirror that. I have a lot of operations, but that's one of the main ones that I do right there is global asset protection. So when you start making your money and stuff like that, the last thing you want to do is be running around with your assets and your funds with your name on it, because then you become a target. And I have multiple accounts of people who have lost a lot because they don't know how to protect their assets. And so you don't want to be trading and stuff like that with your name slap on it. Yeah. Fish Bub, probably an interesting time at work for you lately. Hey man, Fish, let me tell you something, man. Bro, when I was doing some of the chicken, man, oh my God, I did a live on this the other day. Oh man, oh my God, bro. I lost my freaking mind, man. God, myself in the laundry, man. I don't know if you want to call me that, my brother, but you know. I can watch it, my brother. I can watch it. Yeah, we we know how to watch it, bro. Hey, Fish, let me tell you a story, man. What ended up happening to me was I was working with a guy, one of my business partners, and we were looking at a chicken operation, right? We had a guy that was coming in that was going to buy about 4 or 5 containers of chicken paws. That's one of the things that the Chinese, they buying the daylights out of it. But if you've read the tariff barrier that number 45/47 put out with his Department of Commerce, Economic Commerce, it tells you exactly what countries have been getting off on us for how long, and it tells you how much money they've made in the tariffs on us versus what we've charged them. And it's not even reciprocal, bro. The numbers are it's lopsided, man. And I didn't pay much attention to it because I was in the midst of trying to get a transaction off. And then that's when the tariff barrier dropped. I woke up one morning and saw him talking about it on the White House lawn, and he was like showing I said, what is that? And I went and I downloaded the older one. I downloaded the one from last year, and then I downloaded this one from this year. And it's a wealth of information, man. It shows you exactly how the world players in various countries are making their money off of other countries, because that's where the money is made. It's made off shipment. It's made off trade. That's how countries truly make their money and position themselves for power and strength in different parts of the world is trade. And so I saw that one of my guys, man, he was like, yeah, I want to buy these containers of chicken paws because the Chinese want it. And man, they have so many small little intricate things that you must adhere to in order for it not to be a tariff. Like they'll look at what's up, GR Zip? What's good with your brother? And they'll look at the quantity of a product and how it's prepared, the weight. It's all kinds of stuff, like the composition of it. They for instance, they looked at, like, I had some that was chicken paws that were frozen, and they generally have a specific tariff that they'll pass on that. But then I went back and I said, well, let me see what this stuff will look like if we do ship it like that. Man, they were like, nah, the tariff is going to be like 200 and something percent. I said, God dang.
Hey,
just
big
because it's
on
them. What's up, baby?
I appreciate you for holding it down for me, baby.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, bro. Hey,
Quantum get y'all intrigued. I see y'all in this chat. My boy say, could you point me in the right direction to learn the fundamentals, analyst? I don't know where to begin. Maybe a book or a YouTube channel. Do me a favor. Bro. This is my guy, man. This is my guy. He a young guy.
Yeah.
He's probably the best one out of all of them traders. Mamba FX. You know what I'm saying? He's straight to it, man. I learned from a lot of them guys. I learned from Q Banks. I learned from Jackpot, Jeremy Cash. I've also been in contact with all of these guys as well. We have talked over the gram when a lot of this shit was popping off. When those guys had become new traders as well. We all started around the same time, but everybody's life moved differently. But Mamba FX, man, he's straight to the point with it. Ain't no bullshit. He ain't trying to lead you to no damn indicator. But where I learned it mostly was from him. You know how to just look at the chart raw and draw out what a true zone is, what a true resistance zone is. You know, instead of using like a lot of those traders be using the SMA and just a bunch of shit. I even went as far as using the Ichimoku cloud, but the Ichimoku cloud was beneficial for, long term of letting you know which way the market is going to go long term. So, but if I had to point you in the direction of just learning its chart raw, quick and fast, Mamba FX. That's my guy, man. Talk to him. I really consider he's a young guy, man. That boy he said he started trading around 16. He said his life story was he was trading under somebody else's account. Said that he ended up taking a break from it for some years till he got grown how he was supposed to, and then he took off. Said it took him a minute. It takes us traders about the same amount of time, some a little less. But he's only what 23, 24, somewhere around there. He got I think he got successful at the age of 19, something like that, 19, 20. But he had been doing it from a young kid, and you know, ain't nothing better than to learn something like this at a young age like that, which, you know, kind of lets you know his mind was already at as a young kid, not having much. Yeah, man, he just, you know, if I could have blessed myself with this opportunity, you know, but I had my blessing at a young age with my cousin. That was my blessing. That was to direct me to where, hey, you know where to go get money, go get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot more money in this world than y'all think is in front of your face. It ain't just going to clock in every damn day. But if y'all look at this trade right here, I told y'all, Quantum.
Yes, sir.
If I was to get in, this is why I would have just got in, chat, because of, you know, it came out of this rectangle just a little bit here. That's well over enough for you to make what you need to make and be done with the markets. That's another thing. Be done for the day after you make what you make. Come back tomorrow, because you will end up blowing an account, seeing something that looks good and it's not necessarily true. And then this happens because a lot of people are probably still in this exact trade as a sell and has now put their account at risk or have lost a good amount of money because it decided to keep buying. And why, T-Money, did it keep buying? Well, I'll let y'all know in Quantum. Because the trend, baby, ain't never gonna lie to you. The higher time frame will never lie to you. You hear me? So on the 4 hour, it's still in that same buying trend I drew out early this morning. In the daily, which is the day chart, it is still in that same buying trend. You feel me? So the market may move a certain way, but it's never gonna go against on a lower time frame. It may move a certain way, but it's never gonna go against the trend, baby. It's always gonna stay true to the trend, because the higher, just look at it like this, Quantum. And like I said, I know I took a lot of y'all time, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, bro.
Just look at the higher trend as, I mean, the higher charts, like the daily and the 4 hour, as the daddy and the mommy of, you know, people who like to scout, which will be your 15 minutes, your 5 minute, and stuff like that. Your hour, even your hour chart. But yeah, I've even traded off the 1 minute chart, but that one right there a little tricky. You feel me? But you can also use the 15 minute for the true scalpers out there, which I go between 15 and 5. You can use the 15 minute as a guide too for the 5 minutes. So if it's buying, how it's buying at the 15, it's probably buying twice as hard on the 5 minute, as y'all can see. But we only got what Quantum, 2 candles really buying up on the 15. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles buying up on the 5 minutes. So just always look at the higher time frame to guide you in the right direction when you are trading an account or at all. And talking with y'all, believe it or not, helps me not make mistakes. Because sometimes as a trader, gold this money. It's you know, we get cocky. We may think, hey, that's there, and it's, you know, we gonna risk it. You feel me? And potentially end up losing majority of this account. You feel me? But talking with y'all helps me not make the wrong decision as well. And I told you I'm really good at teaching stuff like this. It's like Quantum, my boy Quantum, good at teaching financial stuff, period. And he's a good mixed martial arts teacher too.
Appreciate that, brother.
Fact, I'm taking my son to a mixed martial arts class at 6 o'clock today.
Oh snap! What discipline? Just MMA, straight up.
It's I think it's just I don't see Quantum. I'm not familiar with all that. I box, so I just do the boxing.
Right.
So I guess he's going in there to learn, I guess, the basics, just to see how he like it, and then if he likes it, this is my oldest son. If he likes it, we'll go ahead and just move forward with it.
All right, that's cool, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I got you. Hey, I hope he likes it, man.
Shit. Hey, go dig. He said I trade binary option and pocket options, bro. I'm trying to transition to Forex and futures because binary has more risk. And I've made money and cashed out off of that. This money. That's what I was just telling Quantum. It's the other one was called pocket option. Binary option, pocket option. I got a strategy for that. I talked to this girl and she I don't know, she just took off. So it's just when you look at the markets, man, just know that they always come back to a certain spot. With that, a good person to look at for that, and you probably already know this person is Jeremy Cash, because Jeremy Cash, and shout out to my dear brother, because that's the first person I ever looked at starting anything off, Forex, anything. Even talk with this brother, him and Loso. If y'all don't know who Loso is, he said I trade in raw chat, no indicators. Yeah. Look, you go to because pocket option is quick. It's a fast pace. It's like seconds. So my boy Jeremy Cash, remember this name? Jeremy Cash has a great strategy for that. He actually ended up getting from this guy Quantum. I don't remember his name all the way. The guy said he messed around and he fell asleep. He said he was playing around with a strategy. He ended up making $800K.
God damn.
Yeah, in like 3 days. So and he said, man, he was on it so long. Jeremy Cash interviewed him because he had to. He said the story was intriguing, and that's what made him go and start doing pocket option. He said, man, he put his head down. He just fell asleep in front of the computer trading. He said he looked up. He said his damn head was on the buttons to press trades, and he looked up. The whole account was gone. So he looked at his wife. He said he went and laid in her lap. He said he cried. His wife said, "Babe, if you can do it one time, you can do it again." And he said he picked his head up. He said he done it within that same week. He got the money back, and then he showed Jeremy Cash the earnings and shit, and then he cashed out. And they learned the strategy from him. Jeremy Cash took it and advanced it to his, and they've been making money, bro. I mean, it's out here. You feel me? Like it ain't nothing. I'm not saying nothing new that they ain't already done said. You feel me? Yeah. But yeah, my bad, Quantum. That's all, man. That's all I want to talk about.
Yeah, man. It's good info, brother. It's good details, man. Help push us through, get us across the hump.
Yeah, man. It's a good live today, man. I appreciate all of y'all for pulling up for real, for real. T Money finna hop to the gaming channel though. Quantum, man, you subscribed over there yet?
I think so. Let me see. What's the gaming channel? What's it called?
It's let me get the link right quick. I don't know.
I know you was gaming on here for a while. So maybe
nah. I started a new channel. We got like 312 subscribers over there now.
Shoot, I didn't even know that. Let me see, man. I gotta go over there and check it out.
Let me get the link to the channel.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a whole over there in about 20 minutes. Let me see.
What Fishbub talking about?
I don't know what Fishbub. I seen that too.
Fishbub be on them, boy.
Copy that.
All right, God's money. Be good, my dear brother.
Yeah. What he say? He said definitely gonna tap in. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys. Thank y'all for all that. Ain't no problem, man. You trying to learn, dog, and ain't nothing more important than trying to learn a new trade. Right. It's gonna take some time, man. So don't give up. Just don't give up, bro. There it is, Quantum. It's in the chat. It's called Keeping It Real Gaming. Yes, sir.
I just subscribed to it. I wasn't even on that one, brother. I didn't know you had started that.
Yeah, PPP, everybody done been over there.
I didn't even know that, man. Shoot. Let me go ahead and set the notification. There we go. We in there, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, my brother.
He said he fell asleep on his head and laid on the keyboard. Nah, he said it. Yeah. He said he shouldn't have gone to bed. Yeah, he should have gone, man. But that's the thing. When you so intrigued, you so happy. I've done it, Fish Bub. I told you I got to the damn water park. I'm expecting to have 15 racks because of what I risked. And I get there, and it was going the right way. I just got there and didn't look at the phone, and that was it. It was gone. So yeah, it comes. It's gonna happen. It's just the market, but the money ain't real until you cash it out. Always remember that. You have to put it in your bank. You feel me? The number look good, but if you had somewhere comfortable, get out that shit, put it in the bank. But that's all we're gonna talk about today, fellas, man. Quantum, I appreciate you for pulling up, brother. If you got any last words or advice for anybody, you can go ahead, man, and get it off if you want to, man.
Yeah, well, first I want to tell everybody, man, listen to T-Money, man. He knows his stuff. He puts the time in. He understands what he's working on. He can guide you in the right direction with these lives. Come and check it out. Like, share, and subscribe to the content, man, and learn something. Put some money on there. Get one guy, let him trade with you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And I appreciate you for dropping by, Quantum, sharing some of the knowledge, man. We will be doing this. Man. Here now, I might just because this is, like I said, I wanted to show y'all how to get funded as well. So I might go ahead and I might do a live almost every morning this week. And just to see that way that y'all can see real live time. You can see wins and losses just to show y'all the real of the market. Nobody's always winning in these markets, y'all.
Nope.
You just gotta take the bad when it comes and you learn from it. That's all, bro. So yeah, man. We're gonna get up out of here, Quantum, man. I appreciate you for stopping by, brother. Have a blessed day.
Appreciate you, T-Money.
I see you around the net today.
Yeah, you will. Thank you for letting me up here, brother. I appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your morning, man. All right, be good, bro.
Take it easy. Hey, and for the rest of the chat, man, y'all take it easy. Y'all know my slogan. Come on, man. Keep it real with me. You got to keep it real with me because T gonna keep it real with you. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Like the video, share it. If the information was on point today, let me know. You got any questions? Comment below. Let me know. But other than that, we up out of here, baby. Peace out. Oh, yeah. Let's get to it.